Hi.
Hello guys.
Welcome back to About Time, to our second episode. This is Joy.
This is Beth, yeah?
And it's definitely about time.
Yeah.
So, when was it? The last time we recorded, we didn't tell you what happened because I don't know how many of you got to watch it. Actually, we're at 197 views right now.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for reaching us there.
And at 33 views.
Yeah. 33 subscribers.
33 subscribers.
Yeah.
If you've watched that video and you haven't subscribed,
Yeah. I don't know what you are really missing a lot.
You're
You're missing these smiles of these ladies. Huh?
You're missing a lot, you guys. You're missing a lot. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
It will mean the world to us. You only just need to press that red button, subscribe, and that's it.
Yeah.
So last time when we were recording, we reached kind of halfway, and then we realized the half part of the video, the last half, didn't have any sound.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I didn't actually know what happened. So we had to like stop, and then we had realized way later after we had shut everything down, and then we're like, why doesn't it have any sound? And then we're like, no, we can't go back to record.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish up the last part episode, and then we continue from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the last time we were talking about how we came to Dubai.
Yeah.
And how
we decided it was about time.
How it was about time to just
come to
start
Dubai,
and we come here and yes. So Beth, you were telling us.
Yeah.
I think at that time when you were telling us, you had already decided that you were coming. And what had happened? You had two choices. You were what is this thing? You were conflicted between
starting up a business
and coming to Dubai.
Yeah. So I remember when telling you that I had even gotten a job, but still
Back
I wasn't
Kenya.
sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, okay, it wasn't really a job. It was like somebody was starting something within the line of
what you were doing.
So they were like, okay, since you have some clientele, you can come. We can do this. So just write for me a plan and how you're going to do this.
It was the other person's business.
Yes.
And then you were to come in as the first employer.
Yeah, I was to be a marketer, to market the business and all that. And since it's something I love marketing, I was like, oh, why not? Let me try. And since also it's within the line of business which I was doing, it will be kind of not that hard to go through. So, so I decided let me write that plan. But even when writing, I think I didn't feel it that much. You see how you just do. Since I'm idle, I had got nothing to lose, let me just do it. So I wrote the plan, I sent, I was to do some adjustment, but I think that's when I was like, I made the decision. And then later, after I made the decision, I was like, okay, I will not tell anybody about, even the business partner, I will not tell anything whether I'm going or not, because I'm not sure whether when I go, I'll come back and I still need to.
But you were a risk taker. Like you had a job and then you wanted to come to Dubai where you had no job.
But that wasn't really, I would say okay, that's kind of a job. I think in life you just sometimes
you just need to take
risks.
Yeah. It's true.
Especially when you feel like you want change and maybe you have decided I want something bigger, because even that one was like I was doing part-time. It was not like to be a full-time thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't like because since it was a small business, I didn't want it to tie me. I wanted maybe it will be commission based. Even if we'll have a fixed income, it will be just a little bit, just to be able to move around and just mingle with the customers.
Or maybe you were to also do your business here.
Yeah. So I'd not decided that I want to go to a small business to start from afresh. I was like, if I'm doing that, it should be my own. Yeah, so that's how I decided to come to Dubai. Yeah, so I think I don't know if I mentioned that I just told my parents just a few days
that you were leaving.
That I was leaving. Even my friends just a few days. I would say a weekend when I was traveling. the next week. Anyway, sorry, my dad and mom, my family, my friends. If you watch this and subscribe, please don't fail to subscribe because of that.
And we said the reason as to why people who travel abroad never, people are processing their visas, and you're with your friends, you're just talking and laughing, and you're planning to go abroad, and you never tell them. But I think it's just like in our culture, you cannot say until everything has worked out, because you never know. You might go to the airport and then you're told.
And I think it's not only about traveling. I think when you're about to do something, like especially something
big.
different,
Okay.
something different, even when you're changing career and you're going maybe to a bigger or a different organization,
It's true.
you don't say, because you're like, you don't know the outcome on the other side. So you want to keep like...
I wanted to say,
Really?
because I wanted to say the reason I say you don't say is because in our culture, I don't know if other countries, like in Kenya, witchcraft.
Yeah, that part. yeah. Like not everybody wishes you good.
I know.
So you are like, you may say, and even before even you start or even before you go, it's cut off. So let's just keep the joke
It's
for
true.
yourself.
It's true.
Yeah. So that's how I
came.
I landed. I came to Dubai. Yeah.
Did you have any culture shock?
Oh my God! I think we should talk about this. Like, what was your first experience
Like
in Dubai? Like, not any Dubai, even if you are in a foreign country.
In a foreign
what,
country.
was your first expression like when you came?
Did I have
tell me first your
a
story.
culture shock? What culture shock did I
No,
have?
maybe not in... You came not the second time, the first time.
Because
What
I'm
was your
trying.
first time?
The second time, I think it was kind of like I was already used to things.
Yeah.
But my first time, let me try to remember if I had any culture shock. You remember when I told you I used to think 1 dirham is 1 shilling?
Yeah.
So for me, even if things were like written, an item was written like 300 dirhams, in my mind it was not clicking until my mom would tell me.
300 shillings?
Yeah, until my mom would tell me, I will convert that into Kenya shillings, and then I'll be like, where is a pair of shoe? I actually have remembered. There's a time we went and bought a pair of shoe at Under Armour. And then there was this particular pink shoes that I wanted. And then I really, really was it the first time or the second time? I think it was the second time when I came. And the shoes were about 350 dirhams. Mark you, they're on discount. 350 dirhams and on discount, on sale. In Dubai, we buy things on sale, especially if you are a resident here from another country. You can never buy anything on full price.
I think one time we'll take you to that shopping
in Dubai, in Dubai malls.
How people do it, like you may think people have money,
but no, that time you have looked for discounts everywhere. If it's on 30% off, and then there's an extra 20%, that's the time you buy it. If it's on full price,
it's a bad thing.
It's
like
not.
The items are actually good, just that like maybe they're changing the seasons.
Yes, and for me, as a person who's in sales, I usually say, when it's on discount, even lesser, like for example, when you're having a big event, like let's say like during the Eid holidays, the holiday, leave alone the Ramadan, the holiday. And you have like buy one get one free or 50% off. I usually say now that is where that is how they're supposed to sell it. Normal prices, that is the company just going extra with the profits.
But I don't think so. I think it's a way.
But how much do you think they manufacture?
I agree, but it's a way of like, you see, business if they're doing, which I'm just this is me thinking or my observation. Like if they have like a stock, like this is the new stock, they'll have to recover first the money. And then once they have recovered, they're like, we need to clear this to bring something else. So what do? They give us the sale.
Yes.
They've already made the profit.
They usually have made the profit even maybe the first month.
But how do you think those rents are paid?
Okay, maybe that.
The
profit. Okay. The profit of the item, and they haven't still covered expenses, right? If that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So where was I with the shoes?
Yeah.
And then because I really wanted them and it was my first time, and then I was like, I'll be tamaking with these shoes. That was my excuse. So I bought them 350. Now let me go home and calculate that in Kenya shillings. 10 freaking thousand Kenya shillings. I'm working with a 10K shoe.
You're like, if somebody would sell to me this, I would be like,
never. 10K, it better come with its own machine for working.
You are really extravagant. Me, I didn't spend that. Let me tell you, when it came to shopping, like I was like I didn't I actually I wasn't understanding why should I go and buy something for 300, whereas there's these other shops, not the branded ones, which they're selling for like 10 dirham, 20 dirham. I remember one time telling my friend, you know what, me I'll be shopping here, they look nice. Why should I go and buy something for 300 and this for 10 dirham? And then they're like, no, you know, this thing. I'm like, me, I don't have money, you know. And they're like, no, it's not about money. You can get the same item if it's 300, 400 or 50.
Yeah.
The same, just wait for the discount. I'm like, but I really need this item right now. And in this place, they're selling like for 20 dirham. And if it's a black trouser, it's the same.
It's the
a
same,
black trouser.
yeah.
But I couldn't understand like this quality and all that.
Yeah.
So I used, for me one time, and then my friend was like, okay, if you want to buy, but one time you'll just tell me the story. Nowadays, oh my god, I just pass those shops like, I cannot.
You cannot buy from there.
Like you'll buy, it's not like it's pride or anything.
Yeah.
You'll buy, but the quality.
The quality is not
good. Most of the time you're using the washing machine. So
especially for clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
The wear and tear is very fast. So if you buy something just for 20 dirham, it looks nice.
It looks nice for the first time. It's not. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Now I've remembered the first time when I came to Dubai. Now me, I was the one who was going to buy 10, 20 dirhams. You know those places? I cannot date today.
Even after buying the 300 one?
No, so that the 300 one was on the second time when I came to Dubai.
So the first time I went
to
me?
Okay. Yeah, I was like you. Actually, I remembered when I was going back home. Most of the things I furnished in like a small car studio back in Kenya.
As I was saying, the first time I came, I was like you. I used to go to those shops. Let's just say them day to day, night to night.
And yeah.
Those are like in the. I don't think in Kenya we have them. I don't think
that's like Isili. Okay, no.
Too blunt. Yeah, but now actually it's like Italy, but their prices are a bit way cheaper. I feel like that.
Yeah, they're way
Dubai.
cheaper. They're way cheaper.
So my first time coming, when I was going back, I used to have like a small studio. Everything that most of the things that I furnished that house were from day to day.
But they still have good things anyway.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I had storage boxes, utensils, some things.
Yeah.
I bought even carpet.
From day to day.
I bought them and then I shipped them by sea. So they went way earlier than I left here in Dubai. But and also shoes, doll shoes, and I think some clothes. But they didn't last long, especially the shoes. They never lasted long.
Even in Kenya, they didn't last long.
No, they didn't.
I thought maybe it was because of the heat here and also the washing machine.
Yeah,
I thought that's what
clothes,
makes it.
No, for the clothes they kind of survived, but for the shoes, no.
They didn't. Oh.
And also house stuff, they kind of survived also. The carpet that I bought, the storage boxes that I bought, like a few things survived. But I think that was the biggest culture shock. The pricing and food, not that much. I never liked the food. I never liked it. It was so blunt for me, honestly. For the first time, I could tell the difference between a tomato from home and a tomato from here. There's a difference. The tomato from here is so
Yeah, you cannot eat like the raw tomato
and just feel like you
you see how when you're cutting tomato you just want to cut a piece like this one. Yeah, you don't feel it.
I feel like that was the only culture shock here and there.
Oh, for me then I had a lot than you. Like for me it was like from the airport, not even, I think from the plane. I was like, oh my god. First of all, I think because it was my first international plane, so I was first kind of, I don't know, how do people like slant their their seat, and then you see it's a long distance, like you are like, oh, you're seeing people being served food, should I ask for it or are they going to give it to me? Sorry, come sharp. Maybe I was from the village.
I feel like everybody has that kind of experience and
it was my first international flight.
Yeah, like maybe some people will be afraid to say it, but it's general.
Yeah. So for me, I think, and then I was like,
I don't want to move. What if I move and I don't know how to? Okay, I think I was just overthinking. I was just overthinking the whole thing.
The whole time.
But at least there was movie that kept me busy. The other culture shock was when I arrived in the airport. Oh my God. I don't know what we have in Kenya because for me I was like, I don't want to get lost. First of all, I think I fear getting lost. For me, I fear getting lost. So I was like, I'm in this country. I don't know even how to connect the internet. Like everything was just so new. And then you see like those people who are connecting flight and all that. So you go different direction. Like for me, it was just, how am I going to maneuver in this big? So I just followed people.
Like nobody told you like this is what you do when you get here.
No, in the airport.
No, like your friend when they told you.
Like when you come to the airport.
You connect.
I think because even them it was like their first time. I think you see your first time. It's not like when you come and go back again. The first time at least you first time first of all you're thinking a lot, and also you have that fear of like getting lost, going the wrong direction. So I think even then they didn't record in their mind the whole airport
journey,
how it look and all. And also I didn't ask. I was like, I'm in an airport, how am I going to get lost?
It was JKIA.
Yeah, how am I going to get lost? Anyway, just followed people. At the end of it I was just, and then the other culture shock was when I arrived. You see how Mombasa, you just feel like you just come out of the building and then you just feel that heat. No, that was another thing, because I was not used to such kind of environment. I think for us Kenya, we have good climate. We have very good climate. Yeah, so that was another culture shock. But oh my God, the place was amazing. Like taxi, taking the taxi from now the airport to the place I was going to stay. Like, oh my God, I was just gazing like, how will I be able to know all this place?
Yeah, true.
And then it looks like it was at night, but it looked like it's a 24 hours economy. Like everything, there's just light everywhere. It's like everybody's just busy moving.
Still out.
Yeah.
Like, way back home, it's 9, 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Everything is just shutting down slowly.
Yeah.
People are.
The cars are decreasing and all that on the road, but this one I was like, oh my God,
everyone is
it's
still
just
busy, still moving around.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's going to stop.
Exactly.
It's still the same. Yeah,
and then like the buildings, when I arrived, because we arrived and then we went to one of our friends also to eat. Like moving from one place to another, the building they looked all the same. I was like, how will I know this street? Everything, I was just like, how do this person know to move from this? Like, it's just confusing.
Yeah, I feel it's the lack of familiarity.
Yeah.
Like, in Kenya, you'll be like, this is Afya Center. From here, you go like this. You want to go to Upper Hill.
Yeah.
You just go. Like, everything is just different.
And then the buildings also have different colors.
They
have like all of them, they're the same color.
The same,
and most of them, they don't have
especially
like the
in the residential area.
They don't have like the names and all that. Even if they have it on the top, so which maybe you'll not easily see. You see in Kenya, maybe you'll see like on the side, maybe there's a business people have put, so you'll be able to be like, oh, I can be able to there's a landmark for it. This one is a bit complicated.
I get your point.
But anyway, it was a nice experience, but at the same time fascinating. Like,
it's truly
everybody should just come and experience that.
It's true, especially visiting. For me, I would recommend come to Dubai to visit. Coming to work, if you have no option, it's fine. But if you have an option, just look elsewhere, because it's really a lot and it takes a toll on you.
Yeah, true.
Here, working hours, if it's 9 hours, if it's 8 hours working, 1 hour break, it's literally that. There's no, it's 8 hours. They make sure whatever you're getting paid for, they make sure they utilize until the last coin. 8 hours like that, monitored until the end. Your 1 hour break, after that you go home. There's no like, oh, today you will go home early. There's nothing unless you're sick. Unless it's an emergency, that's the only time. And then once you got your job, how was it?
Getting my job, it was nice.
I will say your first shift of that day.
Oh my God, my first shift.
Was it any different from back home? Of course.
Because for me, I worked 12 hours, so the whole thing was like but okay, because when I got my job, we didn't get immediately 12 hours. Like we had like a training whereby maybe we went less shift, but like not on the first one.
The first
No, the
12 hour shift.
first of all, I was like, there was that culture shock also, because now you are dealing with different nationality. You are used to deal with different tribes. Now it's different nationality. I think that time I didn't realize time, because I would say I was just moved by how everything was working out or how things were working. And then I think I also went the time it was busy, so I think time moved fast. It only hit me like after some time. I was like, oh my god, I'm really working 12 hours. Like, you're getting tired.
You get tired.
And I think because I'd stayed for long without getting the job, first of all, I was excited.
Really?
Yeah, I was excited to go to work. Like, I'd slept until I was like, oh my god, it's time I just go. You see how people are waking up and going to work? I just want to have that feeling.
Okay, I also had excitement, but either if it's not the first day or the second day, I was like, oh my god, my knees.
Because of standing.
I wanted to come home and someone just massage my legs, because you working 12 hours, I was working 9. But oh my god.
It was tiresome.
But I wasn't used to being on my feet for that long.
Oh,
But I kind of got used to it. Nowadays I'm used to it, but the first time, it was crazy.
I think I didn't feel that much. I don't know why. Okay, maybe. Honestly, I can't explain. Maybe I think because I was just excited of the job, so I don't remember any much more of the frustration. For me, it was just everything. It was like wow, because everything looked new to me. And then I think because I was working also, okay, the environment is a big environment, just like we go to the mall. Maybe it's the first time to be in the mall. So mine was a different case. It's not the mall, but it's a different environment. So I was like, first of all, it's new. How do people know how to move? For me, I think my main fear, my main, what is it called? I would say like my main fear. Yeah, it's fear. Like, it's about getting lost. So I think the place was so big. I was like, how do people know how to maneuver all this? Like, yeah, even when I'm shift from one place to another, my fear is like, oh, I will not get lost. Like, literally, I hate getting lost.
Understandable. It's an understandable feeling.
I really fear to get lost.
But
so
you got your way. It took you time. Did it take you time?
I was just following people. I was asking. Sometimes, because I remember there's one time, especially when we were going for break, where we used to, our break room and the exit place, it's like you'll come from the, when you're going to the break room, you'll first pass the exit, then go break room. So sometimes you would find yourself diverting, going, and then you're like, oh, where am I going? I should go to the so it was a bit confusing, but at the same time, okay, we got used to. And I think also the older staff were like very helpful. They are like even not like laughing at you or anything. They are like just
yeah.
So I think that made it easier. Yeah, and I had a buddy, so my buddy was very good.
Oh, you were assigned a buddy?
Yeah, so at least even going those break time or anything, I would sometimes go with my buddy. So it was kind of nice.
Yeah. I thought that mine was bad, but I feel like yours was a bit welcoming.
Yeah, mine was a bit welcoming.
Yeah.
And I think because I'd just stayed at home for so long. I was tired staying at home. Oh my god, I was tired.
Before you get your job, there are people who get lucky, they get jobs after 1 month, few weeks.
Yeah.
And then there are others who stay 3 months, you renew your visa, and then you go again another 3 months, and then you end up getting a job. So by the time you're getting a job, you're like, let's get to it, let's get to work. But so for people who want to come to Dubai looking for jobs, I would say if you have an option, look elsewhere. But if you don't, just know things might be tough, but it might get better. Sometimes it gets better.
Yeah.
But the first time it gets really tough. And if you don't have an enough support system, it might break you, you know. You need a really good support system for when you come here. And now the rules have kind of changed. Before, you used to come with your visit visa, look for a job. Once you get the job, the company changes it back to a residence visa, and then you get to work and you get to become a resident. But now, you pay for your visit visa.
Yeah, and you have to have some amount.
You have to have,
and you have to show you're going to stay, like a hotel.
Yeah, like a hotel, but it depends with different Emirates. For Dubai Emirates, you need to show hotel reservations. For other Emirates, no need, but you need to have, what is this money called?
Like security amount.
like a security deposit. So it depends with the different type of agencies, which ones you work with. And also, for if you ever work with an agent, you know now there's a scandal in Kenya going on for this lady. I don't want to mention names. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah, please.
For if for example, for one thing I would say, if you hear people talk about agents that they have a bad reputation, don't use them.
Just do your due diligence before you just like
and ask people who are already
exactly,
in that country what
exactly.
to do. Don't use the agents like
even if like maybe get referrals. No, but there's. I remember telling you this one time. Like I had decided I'll come to Dubai, and there's a friend of mine who had recommended me an agent.
And
I was a
here.
bit. She wasn't here, but she was in Qatar. I was a bit comfortable using the agent because already and my friend had already come back to Kenya and went back. So I was like, okay, this is somebody I can trust. And if it's that's why, so that's what I'm saying. At least use somebody, maybe a referral, somebody who has already gone, and they can tell you, whatever they offered, it was genuine. Don't just come blinded.
And
like
then don't use agents who are promising you a job. Use agents who are giving you the visa. That's what I was saying. If you're coming to Dubai, don't use agents who are promising you jobs. Because another thing with people who don't know about Dubai, someone doesn't look for you for a job.
Exactly.
It's not like Kenya. You will tell someone, "Oh, I need a job, so you connect me." Here, there's nothing like that. You go with your CV, you get interviewed. If you have a chance, you get in, you get out. They cannot tell you like, "I will give you a job when you come to Dubai." That's a red flag. If you ever hear someone telling you that, that's a red flag. It never happens. It rarely happens. So the only thing an agent can do for you is give you a visa. It's process for you a visa, and that's about it. Even accommodation, even nothing.
But let me cut you short. I think there's some companies that they do. Okay, I'm not saying all.
Not unless you're living.
I'm not saying all
from a company in Kenya.
But like, let me say like Zoom. I'm not sure. Yeah, I hear some they come from directly from their country to come here. So I think there's an intermediary.
Because Zoom and also like the cleaning company they're using.
Yeah, they also get.
But that's the living conditions of those.
I know, but I'm saying like we cannot say like all agents maybe they don't give genuine job, but maybe if they tell you a kind of job, like maybe the company, try to ask about the company. And if you know somebody who is working there, or even you can write to us there in the comment, like there's this company, like I was offered this job, and then or even search even in the Google, like try to see are these people hiring through agent or directly. At least you'll know if this person is telling the truth or not, because there's some but very few. Very few.
And then the living conditions, everything. But if you really need a breakthrough at that time, you feel like you've hit a wall and they're telling you they're offering you this kind of job, just know, of course, yes, do your research first, and then once you feel like it's a legit one, you've done your research and everything, you've asked around, be prepared mentally that things are not going to be easy. They're not going to be easy. But if you've done your research, the good job, they're giving jobs. Yes, but prepare mind psychologically, mentally for the job, because sometimes it's not easy. You work more hours, less rest time, and little money, and maybe living conditions are not that good. But I think that's about it.
It's true.
That's about it. So if you're thinking of scaling, of leaving your job, leaving your or trying to explore a new area, a new place, a new country, if you have the means to, take this as a sign that it's about time you did that.
It's true.
Take it as a sign. Just know now in this moment, Beth and Joy are telling you it's about time.
And it's not even about moving. It's I would say, you see, like how we had even the culture shock of like just experiencing something new, even just making that decision of just moving from our country, going to Dubai. I think it's just about time you just have that faith. Even if it's just a class you want to take, even if it's just that cook, you want to try a new meal. It doesn't have to be like moving. Even if it's okay, sorry for using the Swahili one. Even if it's just moving, exploring just in Kenya, it's actually exploring is, people say maybe some people have the mentality is waste of money, but to be honest,
No,
it's not.
opens your
It
mind.
opens your mind,
It
because
opens your mind,
I would say
exactly.
like the way even I arrived here, okay, I think I had a very close mindset
Yeah.
of like, this is what you know, this is what you know.
Yeah.
But when you come, you just experience, your mind
It's true.
open up.
It
So
opens up.
yeah,
So
so even moving from just Nairobi, going to maybe a different
if you feel like
constituency, just go.
it's that season for your life to
Yeah,
move,
yeah,
take it as a sign to move
Yeah.
and do it.
yeah,
One you never see, you might not see
Yeah.
why you feel like you need to do something
Yeah.
at that time, but if you
Yeah.
just do it,
yeah,
at the end of it all you'll know,
Yeah.
okay, this was the reason as to why.
Yeah.
And it's always for the better at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think there's a saying that say that you think maybe your mom cooks the best food until you go to maybe someone else's place or you eat someone else's food. That's when you'll be like, oh my god, what have I
Yeah.
been missing? This reminds me, I think there's one friend who told me this story. There's one of the relative who cooks, like, you see, the boiled food. So like, and it has been that way since maybe they were a kid up to now when she's grown up. Like, still that relative still cook the same kind of food. I was like, does this relative don't go even look like parties and just experience good food, and they're like, what have I been eating? I know. So yeah, it's about time you
It's about
just
taking it as a sign.
embrace new things in
Yeah,
life.
to embrace new things.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Until next time,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. Please remember to subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe.
Please subscribe and view and like and share.
Yeah.
And if there's anything you want to tell us, please mention it down in the comments. If there's something you want us to talk about, just mention it there. Even, or if you have any questions, if you want to compliment us as well,
Yeah.
thank you. You
Yeah.
can say it there.
Yeah,
Thank you in
we'll
advance.
appreciate.
And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Until next time.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.